So as far as I'm aware, there are three main ways in which you can piss away your money in Counter-Strike. Firstly, we got the case. This is effectively a slot machine. You lose most of the time, you win sometimes, but even when you do win, you never get that elusive billion-dollar jackpot, which keeps you coming back. Trade up, which is sort of akin to taking your money and then promptly throwing it into a fire. And lastly, the sticker capsule. Never judge a book by its cover, folks. They make it look like a case, the same odds as a case, but it actually functions more or less like a roulette wheel. Let's assume that you're walking into a casino and that you're not an absolute brickhead. If you both want to have fun and not get fucked sideways by the casino. 3 games should immediately stand out to you. Roulette, blackjack, and baccarat. Assuming you do perfectly average, you stand to recoup like 70% of your investment, and sometimes you may even break even. And that mimics a lot of the sticker capsules in Counter-Strike. House always has the edge, and that's because they offer side bets like insurance for blackjack or all those stupid ones you have in baccarat. But if you just stick to the main objective, we're looking at 50-50 games here. Capsules obviously function a little bit differently, but in a lot of instances you see that the ROI kind of matches these casino games. Now Valve doesn't offer side bets, thank God. However, their side bet is just the 15% market fee. That's how they make their house edge. But let's shift our attention to the roulette table. Ignore every side bet, which is just all the numbers on the board, and focus on 3 colors, red, black, and green. But you're probably asking yourself, how can this function like a 50-50 game if case odds and capsule odds are the same? And it's because of how we get our ROI. In the capsules, the most expensive thing you can get is like $70. So your ceiling's lower, but your floor is also higher, right? When you open a case and you get a pink, it's like $3 because there's only 3 pinks in the case, but there's like 50,000 pinks in a sticker capsule. So, lower supply, price goes up, yada, yada, yada. The cases have a much higher floor, right? You can make $8 billion on a pool karambit, and that's where most of your ROI comes from. Even when you get a pink, you barely get enough money to buy one more case. So while a casino's roulette table kind of looks like this, where we have an even amount of black and even amount of red, and they both pay out 2-1. Our sticker capsule kind of looks something like this. Right, we have a much less chance of winning, right? There's going to be a lot of blues in between those pinks you get. However, those lucky rolls are paying like 20-1, not 2-1. So the ROI kind of balances out. So the individual spins are somewhat painful because on average, we're not getting a pink or a red every time. But because there's so many pinks and reds, the payout is much larger and our ROI is more consistent, right? This ROI takes much, much longer in a case, right? If we took 100 people and they all opened 400 cases, 33 of them are still not going to have a knife at the end of those 400 cases. But in a case, that's pretty much the only way you recoup your ROI. But 400 cases, that's $1,000 just in fucking keys. And that's way too much of an investment to put in, hoping for a chance at a return on ROI. Okay, I explained the blacks and the reds, but you're wondering, what is the green? Well, the green, my friends, is the logo sticker. You know them, you hate them. It's the sticker that says like City 2024 Major. In roulette, right, no one really bets green unless you get super lucky. That's basically the house's way of getting an extra payout on top of those field bets every once in a while. And while Valve doesn't win on you getting a logo sticker, what it does is fuck over your ROI. And that's because the logo is always in all 3 of the capsules that they offer at the major. If you want a nice, beautiful FaZe logo sticker, because you're a big FaZe fan, you have to open the capsule that it's in. But to get a logo sticker, it doesn't matter which one you open. You can get them in all 3. So we're looking about, on average, 3 times the supply of those ones as opposed to the other ones, which obviously makes the price go down. On top of the fact that I think they're purposefully made ugly as hell. Without those dumbass logo stickers in there, the ROI is probably more than break even. So obviously the best type of gambling is not to gamble at all, just buy the fucking sticker you want. You're an adult, you make your own decisions, so I'll give you the best strategy if you open the capsules. If you bought $10 worth of capsules and you're sitting at $15 in the sticker's value, and you still haven't managed to open a logo sticker, stop opening them, sell the stickers, sell the fucking cases, and get out while you can. And that is how you stand to gain on the Counter-Strike case gambling market. Thank you for watching, and have a beautiful rest of your day and a fulfilling weekend with your friends and family.